what's up everyone? It's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, and in today's video, I've got for you guys another episode of Mailbox. Now, this is basically the series where you leave me a question in the comment section below, and I answer it. The first question today comes to us from Chemo Limes. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Apologies if I'm not. Hey Ice, I just wanted to ask what system you prefer the most regarding in gameplay, data size, etc. Now, I don't quite understand what you mean by data size. I have no clue what you mean by that, but I definitely prefer playing on the console. Now, I'll explain why. Most people definitely prefer to play on the PC, right? It's just a lot better in terms of being able to control your character generally within games. Also, because of the graphics, obviously, there are just a lot of benefits to PC. However, for me, I'm a guy of comfort, so whenever I am the most comfortable, that is what I generally prefer. Now, this opinion can also come down to the fact that I've only been playing on PC for almost 2 years, while I started on console in like 1997, back on the NES, so I'm definitely more versed on console. I'm a lot better on console, even when it comes to FPS, just in general. My coordination's a lot better, but hopefully soon on PC, I'll start to get back to that level I was on console, because I used to be a competitive player on console. I used to play Battlefield 3 competitive, and I'd like to say I was pretty damn good. I mean, if you go back and watch my earlier gameplays in Battlefield 3, I think it would be hard to beat in terms of gameplay. So, you know, hopefully someday I can get back to that on PC and, you know, we'll raise the stakes, baby. The next question today comes to us from Gamer Nation. Gaming news, reviews, let's plays, and tutorials. What would be your ideal game? Like, if you had to make ideas for it, what would you want in it and why? So judging by this question, I can choose literally any platform I want. I suppose I do FPS because it's the one I've pretty much played the most. If not, it'd be a racing game, but we'll just go with FPS for this, for the channel, because that's what you guys know me for. The primary thing that I would do is focus on the gameplay itself. Make sure that everything works how it's supposed to. The second thing I'd do is I'd make the map simple. I wouldn't want to overcomplicate things. I like the 3-lane map system where all of the maps are just, you know, left, middle, right side, and there's no overcomplications. I'd have low elevation, meaning that I wouldn't have a lot of buildings. It would be pretty much just flat surfaces and points of cover and things like that. I think it would be a good tactical gameplay experience. In terms of time to kill, I would make it a fast time to kill in terms of headshots. If you hit the head, it would be a one-shot kill for pretty much everything. Now, the reason I do that is because it rewards skill, right? If you can hit the head, that is something that really separates yourself from the rest, because it's such a tiny target that you have to hit. And the last thing I'd do is I'd make the maps very colorful. I'd have a lot of contrast between the players and the map so you can actually see who you're shooting at. I remember playing Call of Duty Ghosts, and I could not see anyone on those maps. Like, the contrast between the players and the map was like, you couldn't even see half the players half the time, so it was just one of those things where people would camp with their snipers and they'll have like thermal sights, and it was just such a pain in the ass to play against. It was like, I can't even see my opponents. How am I supposed to play this game? Or maybe I'm just going blind, who knows? But nevertheless, the last question today comes to us from Chad Ballestino. Could you give us an update on DINO mode and talk about the Onslaught mode that you talked about in another video? So if you don't know what he's talking about, basically I made a video regarding DINO mode and the leaked modes, the leaked quote-unquote modes that were coming into Battlefield 4. And the consensus seems to be that it was Medal of Honor's game modes being put into the Battlefield 4 files. For some reason, a lot of the modes that were in Medal of Honor were put into Battlefield 4. Now, I don't know whether they were planning to release it or not, and they just like paused it and just said, screw it, we're not going to release it. Because why else would they put it into the Battlefield 4 game files? I just don't understand. Maybe there's people out there that, you know about all this sort of stuff that can tell me why they would put Medal of Honor's game modes and then sort of, I think they renamed a couple of them as well. There was a game mode called Sport, and the whole thing's just kind of weird. So to give you an update, I have no clue, dude. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what's going to happen to it. From what I know, it's still there, so maybe we'll see it in the future. But there it is, guys. That is all the questions I have for today. If you have a question for me, please be sure to leave it in the comments section below so I can use it for the next episode. But there it is, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.